to you, and then Building with Dada and Riley can give a tutorial on on life in general. You hear that, everyone? Shortly, in like 30 minutes maybe, Building with Dada and Riley, or Patrick from Building with Dada and Riley, is going to give a tutorial on life in general. He's going to teach you all about important things like pissing, shitting, eating, and possibly, if you're really lucky, he'll teach you how to clean. So, take a shower and grab a beer, because we don't got shit tonight.
As you can see, we were flying by over the seat of our pants as normal with no guest and no idea what we're going to talk about, but sometimes
that's like Robitussin, alcoholic Robitussin.
Yeah, Zady's got alcoholic Robitussin. He's taste testing. I'd like to give the spiel again on that one, third time for the night.
Yeah, so this thing, it's horrible. It tastes like Robitussin. Becky saw it at the store, and they make that Best Damn Root Beer, and the Best Damn Root Beer, it tastes pretty good. It
tastes like root beer.
Yeah, I like it better than Not Your Father's Root Beer or whatever, the other alcoholic root beer. That's cool. This one, though, this tastes like fucking Robitussin. Becky saw it, and she got one for me. She was like, well, I can't try it, but you can. I'm betting it's like a 50-50. We had a discussion about it. There's a 50-50 chance that it would taste either really good or taste like Robitussin. It definitely tastes like Robitussin.
You got like 22 ounces of that bad boy?
Yeah, but the agreement is that if whoever experiments with it has to drink the whole thing. So.
Oh, good, because I actually just asked in the comments section, hashtag Hey Zany, who thinks that he should have to keep drinking it. I guess regardless, it's for the better half, so you're gonna have to.
It doesn't have the syrup consistency of Robitussin. However, and it also does not have the syrup aftertaste of Robitussin.
But it's carbonated. Like it's carbonated Robitussin.
Yeah, essentially, that is exactly what it tastes like.
Awesome.
Just to say what it describes itself as is ale aged on cherries with natural and artificial flavors and caramel color added.
Yes.
So that is their marketing spiel. If they're that confident about their product, that's how they try to pitch it. It's.
I'm glad that we're not pitching products on this channel. we would never get somebody to come. We get one person. We would get one person to try to get us to pitch their product on there, and then after that, nobody would come back. We had Ligonius on there. We're never going to see another channel like that.
Oh no, it depends on the product.
Yeah, we might be able to get Evan Park. I'd like to get Evan Park Glass on.
That's really bad.
DaDa, that's the picture I showed you at Philly of the glass brick, where they inject glass into a mold and form a Lego brick.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay.
To it. Yeah, that's that guy. He's a glass blower and a huge Lego enthusiast, and he came up with this crazy process.
Yeah, that was really cool, actually.
He's totally outside of the YouTube community, 100%. You can find him on Instagram and all that. I found him through Willstar Glass, which was a guy who came and bought in my store and then turned me on to him because he saw I was on social media. But I know it's outside the YouTube realm for guests and all that, but just let us know in the comments what you guys think about that if you want something like that.
Yeah, nobody gives a shit.
Nobody listens when I talk. Go ahead.
Nice.
We probably have like 2 viewers at the moment, I'm guessing. So.
1, but that's my mom, so it doesn't count.
There you go. So No More Bricks, he bought a set on Bricklink for $56. That comes with Lego.
What?
Awesome. Yeah. And the set came with 2 sharks.
Nice. Not 1, but 2.
Yep.
Were the good sharks or just those crappy ones?
The shitty ones, but there are 2 of them.
So it doesn't have the immense shark that's like this big. It's sandwich size, and a year ago it was running at $9. So fair you were interested in one.
The horrible middle shark mold with just the divots for eyes. That one, where they didn't paint anything. Is that even the same mold, but they actually painted around the eyes instead of the divots? Nope. The one with the little divots for eyes. That's all you get.
No grit on the grill and no friggin' lasers.
Nope. Now, I did actually, I was at a store today on Bricklink. I was multiple stores. It was a good bricklinking day today. And actually, I need to finish up this order before that's a good reminder. So, there is a good bricklinking day today. I found all sorts of neat stuff.
Nice. Like, what did you find?
I found all sorts of Belleville stuff, like the Belleville swimming pools. I found a couple. I found the lattice frameworks for Belleville, the 2x12 ones.
You want to do share screen while you're doing this?
I want to finish my order, and then I may let people know. Well, I bought all the good stuff from them, so it's gone.
It would be great if we had cool software on here that would allow you to zoom on your screen, purchase without showing the name of the store, so you would still retain your goods. Sometimes people
we have that cool software. We just have human error. We have all that cool software. However, I'm fully aware that there will be human error there, and I will end up leaking.
No. Just
the store name.
I'm thinking aloud, like future success of the show, like when we get picked up by Geek TV or something.
At all.
Never.
So,
I know. Back in
get picked up by no one at all. We will definitely do that. But for now, if you just go on to Bricklink, I will let you know that in Belleville there is a what are the dimensions? It was good sized dimensions for that swimming pool. Let's go.
Oh yeah, that flipping swimming pools. You need to just check out right now with what you have in your cart before we start talking about it, man.
I did already. Right. I did check out with what I had in my cart, and it's actually fine. It was only like $30, but
hashtag learn from Big B right there. Like, people will snatch shit right out of your cart as you're talking about it during live stream.
Now that I got what I want,
Scoundrels.
The Belleville swimming pool is an exceptional element if you want to do a all brick swimming pool. Also, the Belleville bathtub. If you look on my Instagram account, I did a mock for organ harvesting clinic, and
I remember that.
Cool down pools, where all the ice pools, those are all the Belleville bathtubs. Those are awesome. Other stuff that are good, true minifigure scale. Receptacles for water, I guess. And then the Belleville wall lattice 12x1x12. They have both the curved and the square ones. Those are awesome. I only got them in dark pink, unfortunately. But I'm going to use those to actually separate out Porkies, the two different sides of Porkies. They were perfect for that. Yeah, I don't know. Stuff like that. That's what I got. And I bought a ton of Type 4 support girders in black.
Those are the old or the new ones, the black ones that you have featured behind you that we want to segue to.
Huh? Oh,
Are you talking about these?
Type 4, the new ones that you'll get in any set these days. Type 4.
Not these, not the old ones.
No, I don't use any of the old ones. Those are cool, and those columns work fine for 2x10 supports, but.
Patrick, you can click on me if you want to see it better, man.
Oh, I see it.
You know what? I make my own for those, actually. It's funny because I use the modified brick with the slots in the side to make columns of 20 high.
Yeah, but you can't frickin' make one in trans glitter clear, man.
No, I cannot. You are absolutely right. I don't.
This is a view to the.
That would be an excellent brick. How many wide is that? Is that 24?
No, it's it's 20.
20?
357, 358, whatever it takes, man.
It technically will work. 20 bricks wide. You could use that as a span for across a roadway. So to connect a height off 2 girders and then span that across so you can support stuff.
This is total Riley crack stuff going on over here.
I don't know what you're showing. This is entirely too entertaining for the show.
Oh no, I'm doing the view into the vault, like the stuff that's in my personal collection. Tasty.
I forgot how bad it was.
Yeah, man.
I'm almost feeling bad for you.
That is really bad. I mean,
I like Becky more and more.
Well, you know what? and I agreed with her. We both agreed there was like a 50-50 chance. It would either taste really good or taste like Robitussin.
Yeah. These are aqua, Patrick, not that new light aqua crap.
Confusing. More colors.
So string cheese and applesauce would like to buy all those elements. Why are they not in your store?
Because they're in the vault.
Well, why are they not in the store? Then why are you showing them on stream? Are you just like bragging to everyone? Do you think you're better than everyone? And you want to?
No, this is actually so. A lot of these are retired elements, which are still available for people to get on Bricklink if they're interested in getting them. They don't have to shop at my store. Like, I'm not that evil seller guy that only has it in his store, except for some things. But these are cool colors, like we were saying before. These are both two colors that have been discontinued. This is a color that's been discontinued. This is a color that pops up every once in a while, but you're never going to see it with this element ever again. And a lot of people don't know that this element even exists. Is basically.
No one wants them, says string cheese and applesauce. So with that being said, no more bricks. It is part 6181 as a Belleville swimming pool. Just in case anyone wanted to go buy 50 of them. If you can find 50, you should sell 25 to me.
Are you going to have that many pools in your city?
No.
Big residential area.
I
I'm going to have a crazy princess city, man.
No, sand blue is not a princess color. Sand blue is a proper color. I have drawers. Actually, sand blue is one of my subsort blues, where I actually sort them out separately into individual elements. Like down to 1x4s have their very own container. I have that much sand blue. One day I'm going to come up with a very cool idea for a sand blue building. I haven't yet.
Do you think LEGO has?
No. But I've acquired a lot of elements as a result, so I'm okay with that. Like the plates that came with the Apu's, the Quickie Mart. The sand blue elements in the Quickie Mart were awesome. They're different elements than we've got before.
That's light lime, or another discontinued color. It's like the color of a. It's the same color as I would describe as like an Applebee's creamed avocado, or guacamole.
I think
Speaking of
something inappropriate.
Yeah, we're never going to get endorsed by it. We're never going to get endorsed by it. Please don't worry about that.
Yeah, well, give me a minute here. I'm going to do something very inappropriate.
Is it going to be vile? Do I have to like do a quick censor thing?
No, man, nothing like that. No, this is philosophically inappropriate.
You're not going to show your ass, right? Like you're not going to hop up with some assless chaps or anything, right?
No, this is philosophically inappropriate.
Watch out for Middle America.
Yeah, we'll see. It may not. Nothing may happen, man.
Oh, for your build, you're talking about. Did you get a Quickie Mart?
No, there's one. The ones you told me about, there's one in my area, and it's like an hour and 15 minutes away.
Well, get it.
It's
you versus a dude, and it's you versus a dude and a dudette in her bricks. I told both you about the same deal. I'm telling everybody that lives in the cities that I find them in about them, so you guys can go get them.
It's got to be 2 hours away from them. I have a friend down there that I'm gonna call and see if he'll go up and get it for me. Because it's like $59.
Yeah.
Amazing, but there's only one, and it's so far away. But I do, like I said, I have one shot of someone who might, but he works for job. So.
How far away is it?
Hour and 15 minutes.
All right, so 2 hours. So you're saying it's not worth like $40 an hour to go and grab that? $40 an hour.
I mean, it's worth $40 an hour, but I don't have the time.
You're saving $140 on a set.
Yeah, no, it's big savings. It's hard to find that time to travel. Like, we can barely go grocery shopping.
Yeah, $140 isn't worth that much traveling, to be honest. Thinking about it, I would rather not.
If they had 10 of them,
yeah.
Did you check those other things that I told? Don't mention what it is, but did you check those other things that I told you about to check as well to see if the availability on those to make it more worth it? Because those ones are super high dollars. Anyways, don't tell them nobody I never gave you nothing, man. You're supposed to be out there swooping.
No. Like I said, if there was 10, I'd take me, the girls, and a credit card, and I'd have 10 of them. But for one of them, and that's the thing, like, who knows if that's a mistake in their stock? You know what I mean? Like, who knows? Who get there and they not have it, and then what?
Of course, it's a mistake. You're not supposed to feel bad about that. I can't keep a straight face.
As long as it's not some little mom and pop shop.
No, man.
And as long as, here's the key thing.
It's corporate super mega conglomerate with an accent.
And here's the clear thing. Are you doing it in an attempt to defraud them?
No.
It's listed. It's listed on their.
That's the point. They may have made a legitimate accounting error. They're not making a people error with that. That's not a person error. That is, they inappropriately coded this merchandise, so it's getting discounted more than they should have.
No, I think they have too many in stock, and they're releasing some from.
Maybe they just want to get. And if that's the case, it's completely on you. Either way, it is completely fine. The litmus test should be: are you looking to defraud them? Does doing it actually, because that's the only thing that's wrong in those situations. Are you buying a case of CMFs, opening until you have a full set, and then returning the rest of them? I think that's like borderline ethically. Not, I mean, you can just not give a shit, and that's fine. I get that you cannot give a shit. Ethically, that's wrong. I'm talking about anyone who does that ethically as a practice. That is one of those things you're circumventing systems in place.
But what are you really circumventing though? You're circumventing standing there in front of them as people.
You're costing them, or here's a better way of putting them in that situation. You're costing them overhead merely for your convenience outside of the social contract you're making with them.
No, I'll give you that one. I'll give you that. I'll give you points for the business expense one. And you moved me.
That's the thing. You're making, it's an implied social contract. I get it. Technically, yeah, they're making the option of allowing you to return it. They don't have to. They're agreeing.
You changed my mind, man. You changed my mind. So instead of me going and grabbing my 16 or 18 out of the set from all of them from the store, I'll just buy all from the store the first day they come out, all of them, and just take them home.
Exactly. That is what I did.
I was just taking 18 and getting mine elsewhere where it wouldn't make kids cry because I just make AFOLs cry. I'll start making the kids cry for you.
Hey, no, I'll tell you what. Last week, before these came out, I found a box of these, brand new, sitting on a shelf. I said, I could have left some out there, or I can make everyone else wait a week. I actually searched for them. I can just buy the box. Everyone else in a week, they'll be everywhere, which they are. They are everywhere right now. I went shopping today, and they were at both stores. They had them out everywhere. So, yeah. But I bought a box.
Doc and I are holding off on going and getting them to let us go and get them because of all the accusatory stuff that's happened.
I don't even care, and I bought the box. I opened them until I got a full set like we wanted, and the rest of the box gets thrown into the table, and as I send out sig figs and stuff, I'll pull packs out of there and stuff, or out of like prizes and that kind of crap. I'll use it for that. But I'm not going to return the box just because I feel wrong about returning the box just because I got a full set out of it. I don't know. It just doesn't feel right.
Doesn't feel right to return the box?
It's their policies.
That's the thing. It's almost like it's a fine line.
I see. It is. I see where you're coming from. But at the same time, you're following their policies. They allow it to happen.
No, I get it, and I completely see that perspective. And I don't feel comfortable doing it. If you feel comfortable doing it from that perspective, that's cool.
I don't know. I'm just playing the devil's advocate on both sides of it. That's all. Like, because that'll happen. If people are going to feel guilty because they take them out to their car, they're going to be like, all right, let me just take what's here. I'm probably going to want duplicates of most of them anyways, and not return them to the store.
Because basically, when you return, like me, if I go to the store for minifigs, I don't sit there in the store and feel through them. I know that's fine. If it's all about what you want to do, I guess.
You just take like 50%, right, or whatever is a good number of what's going to pretty much guarantee you to get them.
Yeah, that's typically what I'll do, and I'll purge out the rest, and I'll keep, and whatever, I'll give away the rest usually. But if I was a seller,
I'm not trying to paint you bad. I'm not trying to paint you bad. I'm just.
Yeah, and if I was a seller, I'd absolutely just sell the rest because it's an easy flip. Relatively.
Yeah.
They're not as readily accessible as you think they are. So they're out in numbers in certain parts of the country, but there's a lot of people not having them.
I get that, and around here, they're everywhere.
Yeah.
This is one of the areas that they're everywhere, and that's cool. But outside, I can easily flip these for, enough profit. If I was a seller, enough to cover my overhead. That I could grab a set out of there, and it would be very easy to flip a box where you can keep a set for yourself and flip the rest and still make a profit without any problem.
I would never care what people say on social media.
That too, and that's the key thing. If you actually give a shit, it's sort of, I don't know, it's even worse. That's why I'm hesitant to even say anything. It's like, personally, I think it's an ethical fine line. At the same time,
I do though, man. I take way too much weight and judgment.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing. At the same time, I don't give a fuck if you do so, even if you're stealing it from the store. I really don't care. I just don't.
I want to do this whole brick domination thing, but very as politely as possible.
Oh, and Big B is about to hit. I'm about to hit 2,000 subscribers. Thank you for that. I just noticed that today, so that's cool. It's gone up quick without making videos. And Big B is about to hit 2,500, and he's going to do a big honking contest that's basically going to give away half of his store to the winner. So he's going to give you more details right now.
He's giving away all of monorail parts.
No, but I got a guy for you. Did you talk to the guy from Steel City Lug who was trying to do the monorail? We'll talk afterwards.
Okay.
I got you a guy. If you want to go actual Lego, I got you a guy.
Your guy can talk to my guy.
Yeah, I'll let you talk to the guy. I don't even need to.
That's some monorail parts. You meet him behind the thing.
Anyway, so yeah. I'll look out for you.
So horrible. My God.
BA actually, so BA was commented on one of my pictures, but with the title Hype Man. I think that was pretty accurate at Philly.
There is nobody in our chat that is not a moderator. My God.
But yeah, so I'm gonna hit 2,500 subs at some point. I've got like a growth of 1 sub a week. So once I hit that 2,500 mark, I'm gonna give away. I haven't decided where it is yet. I'll make a video and all that shit. A big honkin' set, possibly modular. Design my logo for me, and also the applicable icons, etc., that I would need to own and operate a legitimate brickling store of size and variety, etc., etc. So basically, like, this is the ultimate in not wanting to go into those deep waters and call the brickling thing a real thing. This is me forcing my way into the real world by actually getting a logo or something for my store, which I still at this point do not have. Zany,
you used to have a logo though for your channel.
No, actually, the little logo for YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's been done. Everything's been done for me.
Okay, and here's the thing: if you do, whoever wins alongside that, I got 12,100 followers on Instagram, so I would, for 13,000 followers, which is, I think, next week, probably, if you create a billboard for my city that is for Big B Brick Store, that may include a logo or maybe a logo in and of itself. Same rules as before. 8x16 billboard. It'll go right here actually. Here, flip this around. It'll go right there, but it'll face the city. So
nice.
You do that, and I will give you some Lego minifigures in Disney Lego minifigures, and I will feel them and see if I can give you ones that you want.
So he's going to get a kick out.
Maybe some other stuff too.
You pre-felt their figures for them.
I will sign
it's got zany crinkles all over it.
I will put a big red Z across the front of each package, just for your collecting pleasure.
Yeah, I got accosted is a good word for it by a couple people that were much larger than myself on Bricklink at Philly. That basically told me to get my shit straight and get my shit together, and for what I'm doing on Bricklink as far as size of store and volume, like my game needed to go, and I was way behind the ball.
Yeah, what's up with that, dude?
I'm afraid to actually make it real, dude, because that means that it could be a real thing that would work.
My question is, why didn't you have a booth at Philly?
For what? I was there for Tube Lug, man.
Fair enough. I was just messing with you. You gotta be serious. You gotta be selling.
Nah, man.
Hang out with your dad.
You gotta be smart and do that research. Get those connections going.
Yeah.
Figure out how to do it before you just jump into their ye waters. But it's also another excuse for just dragging my feet for even longer, if possible.
True that.
Yeah, it's scary, man. It's scary.
A lot of brick.
I just thought of going into business for yourself. You know?
Oh. Yeah.
From taking the role as the primary earner in the family with 2 young children, and taking the jump into the unknown and saying, what the... I was on the Brick Show, so I don't want to curse anymore on YouTube.
Minifigure collector. Hey, so in chat we have minifigure collector. He is getting the Ecto-1 from his lug. He must have begged them a long time for that. I'm thinking about the background.
Good for you, Robbie. Good for you, brother.
Nice.
What was that?
Somebody go spot check Brick Baron.
Brick Baron? I don't know who he is.
I have no idea who he is. Sorry.
But he's getting the Ecto-1 from his lug. So congratulations, minifig collector. You have obviously worked on that for a long time.
Good job, Robbie. Good job.
Have a beer. Or you should buy yourself
or some Robitussin.
best damn cherry cola and try not to spit it out every time you take a drink.
You got 32 minutes to kick that down, man.
It's actually
It's going faster now for some reason.
It's going down.
It's tasting better too.
No, it's not. It doesn't get any better. It's only 5.5% alcohol. I cannot drink this fast enough just because of gag reflex to actually have it get me intoxicated for it to work its magic and making it taste better.
Okay.
You have to pre-drink, I think.
Pre-drink it?
No, I think you have to pre-drink before drinking one of these for it to...
I thought like you were saying like pre-drink it, like
this
silver stoning your beer or something.
This is the equivalent of a malt liquor. This is definitely a malt liquor equivalent.
All right, so question for the audience. Who would be up for having a court night?
Come on.
What do you mean a court night?
Court, like quart of beer.
What?
A quart of beer.
Court.
A quart, a volume of measurement.
Are you going to fly back to the East Coast? That's where everyone is. You cannot have a court night on a live stream. That does not work that way. You can drink on a live stream. You should be drinking on every live stream, but You cannot have a live stream just for drinking. That is not an acceptable live stream. That is
no. We would just be part of the AFOL game stuff. I'm assuming that's an attraction for like at least one of the 3 viewers.
The drinking live stream.
No, not dedicated to drinking, not in the slightest. Just part of the games. There's always a code word. Like the code word for tonight's LEGO. When someone says LEGO, they're supposed to imbibe. Zany?
Oh, look it! Everything is awesome. TV is in the chat. That didn't last long. So here's a Disney minifig. How do you tell which one is which? How does that work? I got all these Disney minifigs that I stole from the little children in the store.
I don't know. I haven't gotten those ones yet, even for personal haul, because they're gone so quick.
Because people buy entire boxes of them?
Well, people go and they keep taking 50% of them, and then after 1 or 2 people take 50%, then somebody comes in and there's like, there's 6 left. I'll just take all of them.
There you go. Maybe you should have been there first. Maybe you should have been a better seller, so that you could have serviced your clients better and already been offering these at a reasonable markup.
I
tried. Cared about your clientele.
Is that?
My guy doesn't have them yet. My guy doesn't have them yet.
Your guy.
My guy.
Did you order them from Europe in advance? Because if you would have already had your box.
My guy doesn't have them.
Or 2 or 5. Look at that, Stitch. He has a Stitch. Why didn't they do a Lilo? Because it just seems weird that they didn't do a Lilo kid fig.
Because maybe she'll be in version 3.
Yeah, but
this ain't gonna stop at 2. It's not gonna stop at 2. We're gonna have Disney for a few years.
Stitch was one of the few one-offs. Almost all of them were in pairs, if you look at them.
Yeah, I know.
I would have liked a, instead of who was a really shitty one. Instead of really shitty ones that are standalone, it should have been him.
I thought the only other standalone was Maleficent.
Okay, well, not that one. They should get rid of the Awesomes.
Oh, hell no, man.
The other guy and replace.
No way, dude. No way. Wait until your kid tries to be Dash. Wait until your kid tries to be Dash. Not a chance.
They should replace them with Snow White and Lilo.
I think there should have been a Lilo.
Yeah,
Lilo and Stitch.
Lilo is. Stitch. And I could see if you had a little girl, that would be like a big one to get the Lilo with the Stitch. You know, you had the 2 little ones.
Nah, Maleficent was all marketing, man. It's because a movie came out recently. You know, if they wanted Snow White, they would have put in Snow White. Snow White's more recognizable than Maleficent. That was freaking marketing, man.
The one really cool thing about this whole minifig series that I had never planned on was, at least when I first started planning it, me and Becky started planning a little mock of hers, which actually goes underground on part of the city. That's all her space. So it was actually an Alice in Wonderland mock. So we've been looking at Cheshire Cat customs, and they all suck. All the heads on them, I've never found a good head. This one is so awesome. It fits the purpose perfectly. We found some better bodies in this one for the cat that we like a little bit better, but the head on this one is so perfect. And then the Alice minifig is awesome too.
Yeah, Alice and Cheshire, top notch. I like them.
Yeah, that was a nice advantageous thing. We started planning before these were announced, so that was cool that these came around right as she started building that. That's her mock. Maybe next year. Depending on how things are going and everything with the baby, but maybe next year if we go to Philly, she could bring her Alice in Wonderland mock because it's going to be like a full layout will be like 3 48 by 48 base plates.
Duplo mock.
Nice.
That's the full size. That's a large mock.
Duplo mock.
Yeah. That's a perfect show size mock, though. I think that would be a good one to for. She might bring that.
Well, Mama Nurse is also going to be building next year.
Oh.
She has flipped her script on Lego. Before she was like, I'm not that into it, but after going to Philly, she's into it.
Oh, I might need to leverage the fact that there's other sane women building to get. Well, it's like Becky is. Becky likes to build with Lego, and she likes to build sets, and she loves to detail my mocks. That is her favorite thing to do. Is like she'll give me an idea, and we'll come up with ideas together for almost everything. However, I will build the outside and sort of do a rough layout. She likes to go in and add tons of little minute details to them. And she's all over the city, and I haven't done updates or whatever of them since, but she has gone in like all the Lego modulars and detailed them out and, done like really elaborate rug patterns, that sort of thing. All sorts of funky things like that, but unique to every single building.
So you actually have insides to your buildings?
Oh, all of them, actually. The only building in my city now that doesn't have an inside, I've been working on them a lot over the past 3 months or so. 2 of them it's the Italian restaurant / Pink Bucket Factory thing, which Patrick actually came up with. The outside was done, the roof was done, which is their little landing pad for the Guardians of the Galaxy. But the inside is not detailed yet. And then also the complex of consumerism is not. It has some buildings inside of it because it actually has entire structures inside of the big complex. Those are not detailed inside of there. So it does have some internal detail in of itself, but those are not detailed out yet, and it has a lot of work to do inside of it. Taking a break on that for a while. But everything else is fully detailed in the city. I could take off every single... Yeah, it's pretty weird.
So Mrs. Vantasmo is in the comments and says, hey, there's other female or there's lady AFOLs.
No, I know, exactly. And that's what I'm saying. Now that there's actual it's like, and if those people would actually participate in events, and a lady in her bricks does, or a girl in her bricks, rather. Not, I prefer to call her a lady instead of a girl.
I do that in her.
You have a girl in her bricks, and obviously NTalk. She's seen them, and she likes their stuff. And then Becky's extremely creative, and she really likes to build in-depth things. I would say just as much as I do.
Cat Lady Bricks too. That's totally a sane name.
Yeah. She just has a weird stigma about it, it seems, the whole Lego thing, at times. She likes it. She thinks it's cool, but she's still getting past it. I think she's in a spot, though.
I think my wife would sell it off for $10.
I think she needs to go to Philly Brickfest, though. Once she sees that was a game changer for Samantha. So,
yeah, and that's what I'm thinking, is that if that worked on her, then it might work for Becky. Plus, I think he'll be almost a year old at that point. That's a fine age for traveling that far, I think.
It's a little tough depending on your travel situation. Samantha had to jump in the back a lot with the baby to keep her satisfied. And not crying and all that stuff. But with that, it was she did really well on the road. But once again, she was constantly being entertained, so.
So that picture was from the beginning of the trip that we saw on Instagram?
Yeah, like after about an hour, she was in the back. All crushed and like hurting her back and everything. Yeah, Samantha really took one for the team the whole vacation. Like I said, she was more with the kids, letting me do, the whole AFOL thing. And next year we're bringing Grandma. So then Samantha can have fun as well.
Yeah, hashtag learn from Kelly. Learn from Kelly, totally.
Absolutely, yeah, no, that's where we get from. Absolutely. No, that way we can go out as a couple instead of just me.
Yeah, you can both gang up on me.
I don't know if I want to structure my relationship around Lego. Same time. There's a fine line there. I don't know.
It was fun, man. I had a great time. I was nervous at points, but I had a great time.
It was. I couldn't have had a better time. I don't think. I'm so glad I went, and I can't believe I wasn't gonna go for a while, but yeah, definitely worth it.
Yeah, you worked out the opposite of me. I
Yeah.
had made, I think a month and a half prior, I'd finally locked in that everything was good to go, and I had booked everything at that point. And then 2 weeks prior, I started getting sort of like signs of that, and then a week prior, it's like, nope, fuck.
And we literally had to steal the deal on our car, and we just had so many obstacles to do that, and then finally it happened. So it's like we're good to go. And then I heard you weren't going. It's like, come on.
LEGO.
But, yeah, I mean, what you had to do was important, obviously, just to be there.
Well, it wasn't a choice. It was just one of those things that, LEGO comes second when it comes to that, or far past first.
Right, absolutely. But it's a great time. So, I mean, like I said, we'll be back next year. So it's, even if you don't go next year, we'll probably be there in 3 years too. So
I'm hoping.
Did you stay at the hotel with breakfast?
No, I stay at the Garden.
Yeah. Next year, man, we gotta, because the kids will be there.
Okay.
Gotta get that free breakfast action.
Where is the Marriott located there?
Right next to the Garden, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is that right next to the convention center?
Yeah, they both are.
It's a skip and jump, but not too far at all.
Gotcha. That's where I had my hotel room. That's the sucky part. They at least canceled it, but they charged me a $50 a night because it was at the last minute. They waived, they didn't have to refund me anything, but they still kept $50 a night.
And there's a Dunkin' Donuts just down the road.
I mean, I don't even think it was a skip and a jump. I could wake out of bed at I could leave the hotel at 5 till and make it to the auction or raffle. So basically, it took me 5 minutes to get to the expo center.
So there again next year. Did anyone stay at the Marriott?
Anticipate that for Thursday and Friday, but not necessarily Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, but did anyone stay at the Marriott?
Yeah.
Was it
there was, I think,
quality-wise?
Extreme Bricks did, but he was the only one I think I know that stayed at the Marriott. And I'm not even 100% positive on that.
I have my rewards through them and crap.
Oh, okay. It's literally, to tell you the truth, if you don't stay at the hotel where everybody stays, it's not a big deal because you really don't hang out at the hotel.
All you do is sleep there, man.
Right. That's all you do.
Wasting money. I'm looking at that Airbnb shit for next year.
No.
Just rent somebody's house for a week.
Film some YouTube videos while you're in there, just to make it proper.
Here's some random person's bedroom. Here's me in their top bunk. Here's me in their bottom bunk. Only if I were a professional that actually had a logo would I do things like that.
Adam Spong's in the chat.
Adam Spong was linking his monitor earlier, and I suggested that he go outside and grab a toad.
A toad?
Yes, because he is in Australia where they have those funky toads that kill a number of kids per year.
Oh.
They have some sort of psychotropic secretion from their back when they get nervous as their defense mechanism, and it rains or something, or they jump and the kids grab them and get all tweaked out and die.
So when I was a kid, there was somebody who
don't do drugs, kids.
I can safely say I've never tried that, and I don't think I ever would lick a toad.
Why would you lick a toad?
I just have no desire to.
Come on, man.
I don't. It'd have to be really good. I mean,
that reminds me of that.
Oh, man.
And it's not enough that I'd want to risk it. So
I can, but somehow though I can still see that at a drunken military party.
Yeah.
Because of the pure one-upsmanships of it.
I got the good toad. It's the good stuff.
I mean, or fat. It's.
See those brown speckles? That's good shit right there.
So Adam Spong, he's been talking all about dabbing lately. Adam loves to dab. Adam, and it's crazy to hear.
Hold on, what's the Bricksmith dab out?
He likes to dab, dude.
Type in the comments so I know what you're talking about.
You know exactly what I'm talking about. There's only one.
Talk about that crazy shit the kids are doing?
What do you mean the kids?
You talking about the people who are doing their self-medication with a blowtorch?
Like wax or a shatter.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the kids with the freaking blowtorch.
I guess if you want to use a highly manual apparatus to dab, you could use a blowtorch, heat up a metal element, and then hit something against it. That works, but why would you do that? Just they have so many automated devices these days that do that for you.
I don't know, man.
I think I know why Adam's licking his monitor.
Yeah. So now I completely understand why.
Look at your pen right now. That pen, in your state at least, they sell little pens that you stick in your pocket, and you can fill them with wax. If you fill them with that wax, that is exactly what I'm referring to. That is the same thing. It is no difference. You are.
He's dabbing that on his tongue?
It's just the method of what the pen would do. There you go, man.
I don't understand.
So Adam likes to dab. Everyone, there you go.
Dab.
And Chad loves to lick toads. I can totally see Chad's hobby licking toads and gritting.
Evidently, he's been renamed in the chat tonight to Chad's dick hobby.
I can completely see you licking a toad, Chad. Just from what I've seen of you, I can see that. That's not a stretch.
Would there be a seat for the toad on the train in the city? Could the toad ride but right behind the GoPro?
These are stupid questions, dude.
I don't know, man. I'm running out of steam.
I'm going to run the train in my city. Look at this.
Thank you. I was actually going to ask you for that because that would kill at least 3 minutes.
Here you go. And you know what? Since you can't see anything, you can just hear it goes, and hopefully it actually finishes the circuit because it has some big...
You can do the Zoom thing. Zoom so we don't see you.
Nope. I'm just going to sit here just like this, and you can watch it go around as it goes for the rest of the show.
We got to get that sync thing.
There you go. It's going fast enough now.
We got to get that sync thing so we can have the train log in as a fourth person.
Hey, it survived. Every single time it does that drop, I always think it's going to derail, but it never does.
Nice.
All right, so Ralph DeBrule is going to be making a mock of people toad licking. Awesome. Wait to see that creativity coming out of this show. That's what we're here for.
I have a few toads. Lego toads, that is.
Okay.
So it looks like Adam's just doing dabs when anything happened. Like Cam Newton, dab. Football stadium, dab. That shit's physically addictive, dude. Watch yourself. It's a drug, man.
It is.
My train just went by again. It's not derailing. All those people who think that my train derails from the slopes and everything. Just to make it clear, there it is, full circuit.
Yep, we actually had a good half-hour conversation about all the work you've done on that to balance it out. And the entire time I was thinking, like, wow, this would be really good YouTube. I wish we weren't talking about this right now.
You know, the thing is, I am really way too lazy to create videos these days.
No, it would have been perfect. Like, it was almost like a good interview I was having of you that people would have enjoyed prior to.
Yes, I was there. It was. We were actually
for the amount of nothing that we put into this show. Like, we should just show up at like 5 minutes before and just start talking instead of half an hour before. We didn't even need Patrick. All right, Patrick, you got the last 10 minutes. Go.
Do you want to see? All right. I'll take you into this.
Any cutout?
No, I'm here, right? You guys here?
Gotcha.
Right. This is me and Riley were working on Elf city. So I don't know if you guys remember the porthole, right in this area. But we we threw the Star Wars gate in front of that, and now that leads into this little water scene that we got on. We're using some elf sets. We have this really cool crystal collection that's hard to see because I'm blocking the light. And then I have, it's basically a little elf village that I'm creating for Riley.
How large of a space is that?
What's that?
How large of a space is that?
It is 1, 2, 3, 4, like 6 base plates, 6 green base plates, something like that. But there's some funky, smaller base plates up there. Oh, look who it is, rocking out. Riley had Becky up there. Jamming out. Oh, hey, Zany, I want to show you my elevator. This is over here. As you know, the office tower mock is being built. But I actually have, under a bunch of this stuff. Oh, it's Jesus. Jesus. If I can get, I got to move back. I'm sorry. So, Becky. Oops. Okay, so we got Jesus. And then we have the start of my elevator, and this is what it's going to look like on the inside.
Now,
and I'm going.
Is that rainbow brick, or is it going to stay that way?
Yeah. No, it's going to be a lot more clear brick, as opposed to this is in rainbow brick. Yes, this is just to see if it actually works.
How are you locking your wheels?
Locking the wheels to stop it?
Yeah.
I haven't figured that out. Right now I'm going to do
that's the only downside of that. You can absolutely do that. You just have to directly attach them to the drive chain, and you can lock them just with the motor's clutch.
Okay. Because I try to do them all on the same side. Like I try to put like a tire here, and a tire here. And it was too tight. It wouldn't go. But now, like this thing, it like.
And the bottom one is the one that you're going to use for the for the motor, or which one are you going to use? The bottom one would probably work best. But that's a good, that would be workable doing just the friction elevator like that. It would get around all the issues that you run into when you try to do a smooth, basically a tight fit for the carriage into a square tube comprised of Lego parts that are stacked up and they get caught on the edge.
That's where I started. I started with a little carriage and how do I drop it in there.
You can.
I wanted to run some kind of like bars or like Technic pieces for like a guide, because I saw that done somewhere on YouTube or somewhere.
Yeah.
And I just thought, I said, well, why don't I just try tires? I have a bunch of tires. Why don't I just try them to see how it runs on the wall? It pushes it away enough.
Yeah.
Once again, if I stagger them, if I put them all at the top, they get stuck. It's too tight. But if I put them, I put one on one side, one on the other. It's just enough to bounce off the wall, but to keep it straight. So as far as hooking power functions, I'm really curious on how I'm going to do that. I don't know. I'm going to, like I said, it's going to be counterweighted, maybe through the whole building. I don't know. I might have like basically bring it up through the building and have the counterweight, the line go over, and then back down.
Have you considered just going the, which sounds like you're doing, just doing the 2-pulley system, just like a regular elevator, and run it down the shafts with just string? But do the actual pulley-based string so that it's not just hanging there with the little thing, but make it so that it's taut the entire time. You know, follow the same cable principles.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm going for, I guess. I just don't really know how an elevator really works.
When you do, like I think it'll make a lot of sense to you. Look up just a pulley diagram with how elevator pulleys work. You can totally do that in LEGO. I've been looking at doing it myself just because, while I don't like having the string run down, that's the same way that every elevator runs too, and it's a workable system. In LEGO too. It's just
right.
trying to motorize it at. Plus, that way, your motorization point is just at the pulley system up top where it should be. You know, it's not going down the shaft, and it's very doable.
I read one article on elevators, and it said how the counterweight saves a ton of energy.
Absolutely.
Basically,
and you can do that with LEGO too. Actually, if you do a dual pulley system.
Okay.
It would be really easy.
I gotta figure it out.
With these, let me pull them out. Actually, I'll show you.
Okay.
Yeah, if you string the string along these, marry them up with gears to actually along the top, and you can make them basically. It will. So do the other one directly by it. Offset the gear slightly if you need to, potentially, so they actually join. And you effectively create a double pulley elevator top, and then you can motorize the rear gear, and it'll work fine.
Nice. Chad Zverkavi is saying, Creepy Uncle Patrick, you can use weighted boat bricks.
Yeah, weighted boat bricks, or magnet bricks, too. If you want a more current one, the magnet bricks have the little the string receptacle on them, and they work well as weights as well. And those are in they were in the recent Christmas magnet sets that you could probably get for a couple bucks each. Just those are only current ones with magnets I could think of, or weights.
Yeah, that's what I'm working on now. I want to use like some kind of fishing line or some kind of like plastic clear string, because it's gonna be like the shaft's going to be clear. That's kind of suspending my floor of the office tower. You know how it kind of curves over like that. So a lot of the base is actually going to be clear brick. It's going to be windows and clear brick.
Yeah, fishing line would work great for that actually, and it would you can use all LEGO elements for the actual pulley system part, and then just use fishing line as a cable. That would be better cable than the string.
Go, Robbie, go.
What was that?
Robbie's added again in chat.
Minifig collector and Adam Spong in the same room. That's an interesting mix.
But you need to check out the chat. So Adam is sending, what is it? All of his LEGO so he can show at Philly Brickfest in 2023. It's just,
Adam is
it's a very complex plan. I think that if things are not in place 100%, it's going to fall through.
Yeah, so Adam, over the next 10 years, is going to be shipping Bricksmith, or no, 7 years, because that's his number, 7. That correlates. So he's going to ship Bricksmith, his Hogwarts Castle, over even distributions of shipments over the next 7 years.
Why does it take 7 years to ship 30 packages? That's what everyone's missing. Is it you send a package, you wait for it to be received, then you send the next one, and that's how long it takes is 7 years for that complete cycle from Australia to Florida? Because I'm starting to feel more and more sorry for the people in Australia.
He's going to send one every 4 months.
I think it's one every 4 months or something. It's an interesting plan.
Yeah.
Why? Why 4 months?
I don't know, because Adam.
Because it takes 7 years.
Because it's Adam.
Could it take 7 years to let go of it or something? Or
everything has to take 7.
Right, the number 7.
Yes, that's one of his OCD numbers. It's 7.
It could be 7 days, 7 hours, 7 minutes, and 7 seconds, though.
He would likely go for that if he could.
But now I just brought into suggestion that it would be 7 years, 7 months, 7 days, 7 hours, 7 minutes, 7 seconds. Sorry.
Don't encourage that.
Does he take 7 dab hits?
I'm betting he turns the lights on and off 7 times every single time he enters or exits a room.
Don't stir that pot, man. Don't stir that pot. You're gonna get him doing 7 dabs at a time and passing out like behind the something.
That being said, it's 12:59 a.m. here on May 7th, 2016. You're on a little channel on YouTube called DaDa the LEGO Show. You're probably not subscribed, so you should do so.
You
can watch us every week on Friday around midnight, be assholes and jerks. And occasionally we'll have someone else on, like Patrick. Patrick's an asshole and a jerk tonight. So, yep. Thanks for coming and being an asshole and a jerk with us.
No problem.
Tune in next week where we go ahead and we find ways of making people feel alienated and excluded. Bye.
I never got to do my life tutorial, by the way. You said a half hour.
So we only go on for an hour, man.